Nestle has been in Sri Lanka for over 100 years. We have been committed to enhancing the lives of the local community since the very beginning.
We purchase hundreds of thousands of litres of milk from 18,000 farmers every day.
Committed to increasing fresh milk production in Sri Lanka, we help local dairy farmers produce milk that meets our high-quality standards.
Nestle, empowering Sri Lankan dairy farmers.
A very good evening and welcome to a brand new edition of News First Weekend, coming to you live from our News First studios in Colombo. I'm Arundhati Mudarnayak. Let's start off with a look at the stories making headlines this evening.
Ruckus at the Madiragiriya Pradesh Sabha. MP Range Bandara produced in court on assault charges. Chairman of the Karuwalagasweba Pradesh Sabha hospitalized. Police in the Middle East only accept complaints on rape if there is evidence. A statement from the Foreign Employment Bureau. Action TV digs deeper. O. Pannirselvan to become Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Suspect in 3 murders, Kaluchuti, is gunned down by the police.
And now for the stories in detail. Tensions flared at the monthly meeting of the Madiragiriya Pradesh Sabha recently when a motion was presented to provide relief to people affected by the drought.
When the motion was presented, governing party members accused opposition members of selling water to drought-stricken people, prompting fisticuffs.
For footage of the clash that broke out at the Madiragiriya Pradesh Sabha, visit our website www.newsfirst.lk. Moving on, footage of a police officer assaulting a woman at the main bus depot in Ratnapura has gone viral on social media among Sri Lankans.
A police constable resigns after being threatened by a deputy minister on the Southern Expressway. Ordinary citizen shot and killed by a police officer in Divulapitiya in full view of the public. A parliamentarian attacks the mayor of Bandaravela inside the police station. The police remain silent. Why do the police not mete out the same strong-arm treatment to both ordinary citizens and society's powerful? For your attention.
Now, experts in the field of human rights say that if the police do not rectify their double standards, the people will have no redress from the law.
Technology is advanced today and internet penetration is very high. If an incident occurs somewhere, it cannot be hidden away. In truth, what the police should do in such an instance is, if the woman has committed some crime, then she must be arrested by a female police officer. A police officer does not have the right at any time to harass and torture anyone in this way. Article 11 of the Constitution clearly states that harassment and torture of this kind, be it mental or physical, is a complete violation of human rights. These things continue to happen to the innocent, suffering people of Sri Lanka. At times we have seen that this definitely does not happen to people who are in higher places and travel in luxury vehicles. The law must be equal to all, and incidents like this must not occur. Treating people in a degrading way and torturing them is illegal. It is a violation of basic human rights. Although this happens to ordinary people, they cannot see it happening to persons in high places.
An incident was reported today where parliamentarian Palitha Range Bandara allegedly threatened and assaulted the chairman of the Karuwala Gassala Pradesh Sabha. The police had arrested 3 persons, including MP Range Bandara, and produced them before the acting magistrate in Puttalam, following which they were granted bail.
The confrontation had been prompted by an incident where hoardings belonging to MP Palitha Range Bandara had been vandalized. The MP says that the hoardings had been vandalized early this morning and that when inquiries were made, the chairman of the Pradesh Sabha had admitted his guilt.
When I contacted Neil Veerasinghe, he admitted that he had been drunk last night and that he had torn down the hoardings. When I informed him and went to his house to get the cutouts back, a fight ensued. I can clearly say that there was no assault, but for now I can also say that he is due for a beating. He asked me whether I had torn down 2 of his cutouts. I told him that I was not aware of it. In truth, I do not know. He got off from the cab and grabbed me by the neck. He strangled me and held a pistol to my chest and attacked me. Afterwards, they tried to put me in the cab and take me away.
The case is to be taken up again on the 7th of October.
Hiran Darshana alias Kaluchuti, who was arrested by the police in connection with several crimes, was killed in police fire in Colombo early this morning. The police say that the suspect was being transported for further investigation when he had tussled with the officers, prompting them to open fire.
The suspect was shot at about 6:05 am today on Reed Avenue in Colombo. The suspect was arrested at about 9 p.m. last night in the Devalapola area in Gampa by officers of the Mirihana Special Crimes Division. Based on information revealed by the suspect, the police had come to Torrington to arrest another murder suspect.
While we were carrying out inquiries, the suspect suddenly put his handcuffs around the driver's throat and attempted to strangle him. He lost control of the vehicle and it crashed into a ficus tree. The driver escaped and the suspect then attempted to strangle me. The officers opened fire to protect my life.
The police say that although steps were taken to bring the suspect to the National Hospital in Colombo, he was already dead.
The police were always saying that they would kill him, and in the end they did. Now that my son is gone, there is no point in me saying anything about anyone.
The police say that the suspect was connected to 3 recent murders that took place in Singapore, Kolonnava. The police added that the suspect has also been charged with the hacking to death of a police sergeant in Vallampitia. The police say that the suspect Hiran Darshana alias Kaluchuti is also connected to the illegal drug trade.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa has invited UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon to undertake another visit to Sri Lanka. President Rajapaksa extended this invitation when he met with Ban Ki-moon for talks at the United Nations headquarters in New York City yesterday. President Mahinda Rajapaksa met with the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in New York City last afternoon on the sidelines of the 69th UN General Assembly. During the meeting, President Rajapaksa outlined the developments that have taken place, including the near completion of all demining activities, the improvement of health services, and the rehabilitation and reintegration of ex-combatants, among other achievements. The President Media Unit said that the President had invited Ban Ki-moon to the country to assess the development since his last visit. Meanwhile, President Mahinda Rajapaksa also met with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi yesterday. The Indian Prime Minister informed President Rajapaksa of the discussions that he had during the recent meeting with the Tamil National Alliance. In that context, Prime Minister Modi acknowledged the importance of the Parliamentary Select Committee process. On the issue of fishermen, both leaders agreed that the matters must be handled carefully since there are sensitivities among all concerned parties. Reiterating his concerns about the practice of bottom trawling, President Rajapaksa said that Sri Lankan fishermen in the north perceive it as unjust if Indian fishermen are permitted to carry out bottom trawling techniques while it is banned for Sri Lankan fishermen.
A woman who arrived in the island at dawn yesterday was referred to the Negombo General Hospital in the evening by the Foreign Employment Services Bureau, anticipating a medical report. The medical determination had been sought in connection with alleged incidents where the woman had been raped by her employer while serving as a domestic aide in Oman on the 31st of March, and that she had undergone an abortion while at a safe house attached to the Sri Lankan embassy in Oman on the 29th of April. Several hours before the woman was hospitalized, the three-member committee appointed to investigate the incidents had convened a media briefing and unveiled their observations and conclusions. The woman has subsequently refused to undergo a medical examination at the Negombo General Hospital. While Action TV reported on this media briefing yesterday, the chairman of the three-member committee that visited Oman and carried out investigations, the secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare, made these statements regarding the alleged rape.
Women who are working abroad tell various stories when they want to come back to Sri Lanka. They either talk about the children or they say that their husbands want them back. They devise various stories in order to come back. We cannot say whether it is true or false, but there is a possibility that this incident occurred.
The woman in question says that following the alleged rape on the 31st of March, she had visited the employment agency in Oman and lodged a complaint the very next day. However, she was only brought to the safe house of the Sri Lankan embassy on the 29th of April. However, the responsible authorities at the safe house had not lodged a complaint with the police. Questions were raised at the media briefing yesterday as to whether the failure to lodge a complaint on an alleged rape that took place on the 31st of March until the 29th of May was not a shortcoming on the part of officials at the safe house.
Actually, I believe there has been a shortcoming. If I was in that office at the time, and if there was such an allegation, I wouldn't have gone to the police first.
Authorities attempted to justify the failure of the officials at the safe house to lodge a complaint at the first instance and the fact that they carried out 2 pregnancy tests on the woman over 58 days.
පොලිසියට ගෙනියනවා නම් එවිඩන්ස් එක්ක සාක්ෂි එක්ක ගේන්න කියලා තමයි මේ පොලිසිය කියන්නේ. එතකොට සාක්ෂිය මොකද්ද?
The police there say that if it is brought to the police, there must be evidence. The evidence would be the medical report. If she had been pregnant, then we could have continued from there looking at the causes for the pregnancy and we could have conducted gene tests. However, both reports note that the woman is not pregnant.
දෙකේම එළියට එන්නේ මේ කාන්තාව ගැබ් දෙන නැහැ කියලා.
However, given the fact that the Sri Lankan ambassador in Oman lodged a complaint regarding the matter on the 29th of May makes it evident that the Omani police do not require that evidence be produced for a complaint to be lodged. The revelations made by this woman challenges whether the observations and conclusions of the three-member committee have been drawn independently. Thereby, shouldn't steps be taken to ensure that programs are implemented to ensure that the words promotion and welfare at the Ministry of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare are not limited to words only. Minister of Foreign Employment Promotion and Welfare, over to you.
Indian media reports that O. Paneerselvam has been appointed as the new Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. The appointment comes following the 4-year prison sentence of Jayalalitha Jairam.
O. Paneerselvam was appointed to the post of Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu following a meeting of the senior members of the AIADMK this afternoon. Paneerselvam was the finance minister in Jayalalitha's cabinet. According to Indian media, after Paneerselvam was selected as the chief minister, the junior members of the party were scheduled to meet the governor of Tamil Nadu under his leadership. Indian media further noted that the cabinet headed by the new chief minister of Tamil Nadu is to take their oaths tomorrow. Paneerselvam has also served as chief minister previously from September 2001 to March 2002.
Meanwhile, Indian media reports say that steps are underway to secure bail for the jailed former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha Jairam. Now, tensions were reported in several parts of Tamil Nadu yesterday following Jayalalitha's arrest. Jayalalitha Joram was sentenced to 4 years in prison yesterday on charges of amassing wealth disproportionate to known sources of her income. Indian media reported today that 4 persons, including Jayalalitha, are being held at a prison in Agra. Senior leaders of IRDMK visited Jayalalitha in prison today. Indian media reported that the group discussed the political future of Tamil Nadu and the future course of action of the IRDMK. Senior IRDMK leaders O. Pannirselvam, Vaidyalingam and Erbad Palaniswamy participated in these talks this morning. IRDMK supporters had also gathered around the Agra Central Prison. Tensions were reported from parts of Tamil Nadu following Jayalalitha's arrest. South India Sun TV reported that transportation in several parts of Tamil Nadu was affected by the tensions. Tamil Nadu police reportedly arrested 1,000 protesters. Leader of the National Dravida Munkopu Kasagam, Vijayakantan, says that law and order has collapsed in Tamil Nadu. Indian media reported that party representatives had also lodged a complaint with the governor of Tamil Nadu. The results of the Grade 5 scholarship examination were released today. The results are accessible on the website www.donets.lk. Now, 327,648 children sat for the scholarship examination this year, and Florin Rajendran joins us with a comprehensive report on the top students who excelled.
The Grade 5 scholarship examination is the first national examination that the school students have to face, and for many it is an opportunity to excel and realize their dreams. Now, 4 students have excelled in this year's scholarship examination. W.A. Venujanimsat of the Ambali Pitya Junior School was ranked first in the island in this year's scholarship examination with 199 marks.
W.A. Venujanimsat of Morakati Ambalipitia, who came first in the scholarship examination, is the elder of 2 siblings. His mother is an art teacher while his father teaches mathematics. I did not go for any tuition classes. I did my day-to-day schoolwork well. I don't watch too much TV and I read the newspapers.
Malaka Netma Tilakaratna of the Royal Junior School in Pulannaru was ranked second with 198 marks.
Malaka Netma Tilakaratna, who came second in the scholarship examination, hails from Newtown in Polonnaruwa. Malaka too is the elder of 2 siblings. While his father works at the Mana Navy camp, Malaka's mother is a devoted housewife. I studied hard and did my homework. I also played games. I say to all children that the scholarship examination need not be feared. If you study hard, then you too can pass well.
Now, third place was shared between 2, that is Sani Ashodhara Gunasekara of the Pitya Gedara Primary School in Bemulla and Mohammad Nizwar Fatima Sama of Zaira College in Mavanella with 197 marks.
Sahani Yashodhara Gunasekara, one of the students who came third in the Grade 5 scholarship examination, is a resident of Bemulla in Gampaha. Sahani's father is a teacher while her mother is a housewife.
My class teacher, principal and my parents helped me a lot in my studies. It is my ambition to be an engineer.
Mohammad Nizwar Fatima, who shared third place, is a resident of Mavanalla and is the younger of 2 siblings. While her father works abroad, her mother is a housewife.
I thank Allah for being able to come to the fore in the Tamil medium. I wish to thank my school teachers, the deputy principal and the principal.
The Army pioneered mock exercise Cormorant Strike V 2014 concluded with a resounding success on Thursday, with Commander of the Army Lieutenant General Daya Ratnayaka presenting the awards to the participants.
Exercise Cormorant Strike 5 2014, which saw the participation of a record number of service personnel, including 3,076 soldiers from the Army, Navy and Air Force and 247 officers, drew to a close on the eastern coast of the country. A total of 41 foreign service personnel, either as participants or observers representing Brazil, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, China and the Maldives also took part in the 23-day exercise where the simulated enemy camp attacks in the final phase of Cormorant Strike 5 2014 took place.
අපිට මෙය සමස්තයක් වශයෙන් මුළු සමාජයටම හොඳ පණිවිඩයක් දෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හමුදාව කෙලෙවිදී ජනතාවගේ තියෙන විශ්වාසය
Through this we can send a positive message to the whole society. This will further strengthen the confidence the people have placed in the army. The army is ready to face any form of challenge that may arise in the country, and that is what we have proven in the mock exercise.
ඒ වගේම අපේ සොල්දාදුවන්ට පුහුණුවක් ලබා දීමත් තමා මේ ක්‍රියාන්විතවල අරමුණු අපි හිතාගෙන තමයි මේවා ක්‍රියාවට නංවන්නේ.
65 Commando and Special Forces personnel who successfully completed the airborne operation with 5 successful jumps received their badges from the commander of the Sri Lanka Army at the 22nd Division in Trincomalee. The participants of Cormorant Strike 5 2014 were awarded certificates by the commander of the army. Foreign Special Forces and Armed Forces personnel shared their experience with Newsfirst.
Yeah, definitely it was a very amazing and exciting moment for me. There were many new things which I learned by visualizing, witnessing the exercise, and I knew Tri-Forces, Navy, Army and Air Force, how jointly they can work to accomplish the mission success, and it was a wonderful experience, and definitely I've learned many things.
මේක හොඳ එක්සර්සයිස් එකක්. අපිට මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ආමි එක හේව ලොක් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එකක්. ඒක ෂෙයා කරන්නේ අපි හොඳට ට්‍රේනින් එක හොඳයි. අපි දන්නවා
ඔය ඉංග්‍රීසි එක අපි එහෙම ගිහිල්ලා මේ අපි කට්ටියට කියලා දෙන එනකොට අපි ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරනවා. ඒට මේ මෙහාපත ආවුන් පස්සේ අපිට හොඳ එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් එක අපි අරන් එනවා. එහාපත ගිහිල්ලා දැන් හොඳට ඒක මේ කියලා දෙන්න ඕන අපි.
අපි හිතන්නේ මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ආමි is the best army in Asia.
Bem recebido pelo pessoal daqui, entendeu? Um pessoal muito receptivo e me passaram um grande aprendizado que eu vou levar para a vida inteira.
Florin Rajendran joins us with the weather report now.
Welcome to the weather centre. Rains were reported yesterday across the island. Handapanagala recorded the highest rainfall in the past 24 hours, with the figure standing at 79.1 millimeters. The highest temperature of 33.3 degrees Celsius was reported from Kurunegala. Now, taking a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow, the Met Department forecasts that showers or thunder showers may occur in several parts of the island during the afternoon or evenings. Now, the Met Department also states that precautionary measures be taken to prevent lightning-related activities. Showers or thunder showers may also intermittently occur in the sea areas off the coast of the island.
The Kandy district media collective staged a demonstration today to protest against the attack on Newsfirst correspondent Chandana Kurupwarache.
The demonstration was held opposite the George E. De Silva Park in Kandy.
The media is the second government. Journalists are unarmed. All they have is the pen in their hand and the camera on their shoulder. These shameless attacks are being leveled at unarmed journalists. If the media minister is simply saving face, then what does that portray? This is the truth. The truth is out. They are trying to suppress it by attacking journalists who do their work, rain or shine.
The Ratnapura Journalist Forum also staged a demonstration this morning.
MP Suchiva Senasinghe visited Chandana Kuruparachi today and inquired into his well-being.
We request all forces to unite against this lawlessness. We call on this minister to stop preventing the enforcement of the law, and if he wishes to do something, then he should speak to the government at the very least and cover the medical expenses of this person.
A number of people who use the waters of the Wallaby River have been affected by the disposal of waste from the Savanagala sugar factory. Our reporter says that fish in the river have also begun dying as a result of the pollution.
Waste generated by the Savanagala sugar factory is disposed of in the Wallaby River. This footage was captured from the vicinity of the Liangastota Anikat, located downstream from where the waste is disposed of this morning. While the water has been polluted by the waste, fish have begun dying in mass. We made inquiries from the Minister of Sugar Industry Development, Lakshman Seneviratne, regarding the disposal of waste.
A small part of the waste has come in through the drains as a result of the rain. It has gone into a water hole in Liangahabela. I was informed that our officials had used water pumps immediately to pump out the unclean water. This is a shortcoming. I have asked that a system be implemented to prevent this from recurring.
Regardless of the minister's assurances, people living on the banks of the Wallaby River have been severely affected by the pollution.
We use this water to bathe and to drink and for everything else. The people have been severely affected now that it is polluted. People don't have water to drink. They cannot bathe or eat. They have committed this crime on what little water was left after the drought. There is a major water scheme in Taligala. Hundreds of thousands depend on it.
The Ambalantota Water Purification Centre takes water from the Wallaby River and distributes it to Ambalantota. The water supply there too could be disrupted as a result of this situation. When News First made inquiries, the Divisional Secretary Ed Tilakaratne noted that the officials at the Water Purification Centre had been informed. The people of Rathupaswala in Gampaha were severely affected last year as a result of pollutants released from a factory. While the people had to go to great lengths to resolve the problem, lives too were sacrificed. Venerable Theripahe Siridamatera, who led the protest to seek a resolution to the pollution of groundwater sources, then says that the Rathupaswala incident should be used as a lesson to ensure that such incidents never occur again.
Water sources in the entire area were poisoned by waste from the Rathupaswala factory. We had to make major sacrifices to protect the people of Rathupaswala. We held hunger strikes and demonstrations and took measures to turn the attention of the authorities to this matter. Rathupaswala was just one incident. The people's lives were endangered greatly, so one or two people could reap economic benefits. At this instance, we need to question whether authorities in the government have failed to learn a lesson from what happened in Rathupaswala.
පාලමක් ඉගෙන ගත්තේ නැද්ද කියන කාරණයක් අපිට මේත් එක්කම අහන්නට සිද්ධ වෙනවා.
In business news this evening, handicrafts of Kala Sirigama in Kandy point out that the jute industry is slowly dying out due to the absence of a standard price for their products. The main source of income of around 400 families who live in Kala Sirigama is the jute industry. Craftsmen of Kala Sirigama create many handicrafts using the jute, targeting the local and foreign markets. These craftsmen point out that as the industry does not generate an income sufficient for their day-to-day needs, around 300 families have left the industry.
We earn less than 300 rupees per day. Even daily laborers earn over 1,000 or 1,200 rupees a day. Therefore, this industry has gone down. The main problem for all this is that they are unable to sell their crafts. This issue needs to be resolved. If not, this industry will be over.
We now go in for a short commercial break, but before that, the Symphony Orchestra of Sri Lanka recently held a concert in Colombo titled The Music from the Movies. In addition to the talents of the orchestra, the event also featured some prominent vocalists. Let's take a look. First on Sports First, we take a look at the action from the 17th Asian Games in Incheon, South Korea.
Sri Lanka's hopes of bagging a medal in the women's 400-meter event at the Asian Games were shattered today after Chandrika Subhashini Rasnaika finished 4th. However, she managed to record her seasonal best performance of the year, clocking a time of 52.47 seconds. Thilang Kwok of Vietnam clinches the silver medal and Rajamata Tira of India completed the podium. Sri Lanka's Erandiki Mahanindi Silva failed to qualify to the semi-finals of the women's boxing 51kg lightweight class at the Asian Games. She was defeated by her Mongolian opponent Nandit Setseg 3-0 in the quarter-final encounter. Meanwhile, Shiromali Veeraratne, who competed in the women's boxing 75kg middleweight class, also failed to qualify for the semi-finals of the event today. Shiromali Veeraratne, who faced Qian Li of China, was knocked out in the first round.
Well, up next is the bitter truth.
The annual All-Ireland School Games organised by the Ministry of Education is the top-tier tournament for school sportsmen and women. Athletes were severely inconvenienced this year owing to organisational irregularities. Although the Ministry of Education had informed schools to have their athletes compete in the under-20 boys and girls weightlifting events on the 15th of this month at the Digpitiya Royal College in Aranayaka, the events were not held as planned. The girls and boys football matches, which were held last Tuesday, were delayed by 4 hours as a result of steps not being taken to properly prepare the grounds at the Rudra Sports Ground in Ballavata, MH Mohammed Sports Ground in Boralla and E.A. Gunasinghe Sports Ground in Petta. Although the under-19 boys football matches were held on Wednesday at Camber Park in Boralla, the officials in charge of the ground did not allow the matches to proceed, claiming that the Ministry of Education had failed to reserve the stadium. Tensions flared at the Dhammasiri Vidyalaya in North Kandy on Wednesday, where the volleyball matches were being held as a result of referees striking, demanding that their daily allowance of 750 rupees be increased. The under-19 girls volleyball finals have been postponed indefinitely as a result of the delay.
People who hold positions in the sports field do not have a proper understanding of the sport. The majority are just henchmen who are not qualified.
How much time does
the Ministry of Education spend on unproductive affairs? We saw them stage in the world's largest perahara. They do these things on a large scale as a propaganda campaign for the minister. But if this is the consideration that education authorities show for an activity where children can get true recognition for their skill, then it is very sad.
While Director of School Sports B.A. Abhiratna has accepted the organizational irregularities caused the problems, he says the situation has arisen as a result of officials not fulfilling their responsibilities. While Abhiratna was in Singapore on these dates, he says he had conferred all responsibilities on the relevant officials. Alternate teachers unions and other persons are trying to put this on the government and the education minister for political benefits. We do not see it their way. There are officials like the director, the additional secretary and the others responsible for this. An inquiry should be held into them and they should be given the proper punishment. This is our request to the Minister of Education on behalf of the children.
This problem is a nasty one. The primary cause for this is the politicization of sport as well within the Ministry of Education. We have clearly seen the Sri Lanka Freedom Teachers Association, the government-affiliated union, interfering directly in the Athletics Association.
Why is it that the Ministry of Education, which boasts of organizing the world's longest perahara, was unable to organize school sports events? Was there some sort of conspiracy behind this farce which led the wasting of the valuable time and effort of school sportsmen and women? Open for debate.
With that, we wrap up this edition of News First Weekend, and we leave you tonight with this footage of the clash that broke out at the Madhurigiri Pradesh Sabha. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Arundhati Mudarnayake. Good night.